Hey, I'm John Grease III. I'm the founder of Garage Gym Life, having a great time at HomeGymCon with my guy Austin, who will show me some of the cool stuff they have here at the AbMat booth. Austin, man, you guys have an amazing setup, but the things that made my wife's eyes light up are what we want to talk about here, and that is the pivot pad, the barbell bomb, and that split squat pad. So please show our audience these cool things that you guys did here.
All right, so these products here were designed with really the home gym user in mind. So we know that space is an issue in home gyms, so we wanted to create some solutions that simulate commercial grade equipment, but have the convenience and the accessibility for a home gym space. Hence the pivot pad, the split squat pad, and over there the barbell bomb. So I guess first things first would be the pivot pad. So we know that people like training their posterior chain, and hip thrust is a big part of that. So we went to the drawing board, had about 12 months in development, and we created the pivot pad. So we worked with Kelly Starrett on this one, and what we found is everyone's body anatomy is different, right? I'm pretty short. There's also taller athletes, taller individuals, and we wanted to be able to utilize the actual inherent spacing within squat racks already. So this is on one of the lower settings, but again, I'm a shorter athlete, so how we usually set this up is I'd stand here and pretty much right below the knee, I would rack the barbell to that height. So I'm a little bit low right now, but it'll work for purpose of demonstrating. So we'll do the same setup for the pivot pad as well as the split squat pad, but this is going to enable you to actually do hip thrust, and then also other like single arm pressing movements, Copenhagen planks, a lot of different things. But it's really convenient and simple. So it's a pad. It has a board in here, so you can hip thrust 500-600 pounds in this if you wanted, and has this cool keyhole design so that you snap it on the barbell. This is a men's Olympic barbell, and what it'll do is it'll actually rotate with the user, hence the pivoting motion, right? So you sit down the right height, you can put a barbell across you, you can do single leg work, whatever you want to do, and it pivots with the user. Because if you've ever done hip thrust on a bench, they work, they still suck, but sometimes they kind of dig into your back a little bit, and that's where we said, can we create a more immersive, intuitive just experience for the user? That's how this thing was born. I personally use it for a lot of pressing movements. I really like.
It was really impressive when you did that.
You like the pressing side of it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'll use it for single arm training. A lot of core activation required for this movement. Especially what we found is like even at our gym at the office, we have 5 to 55 pound dumbbells, and we also go up to the loadables. But if you're someone that, like any of us, maybe space is the issue, saving up money for the 55 to 100 pound, whatever set it is, you can get more out of your lower weight dumbbells by doing single leg unilateral type movements. So that's kind of one thing we like with the product. We're pretty proud of that. Again, it was a lot of work in development, but it's really solved the need from what we've seen.
Now you say you work with Kelly Starrett on that. Was Kyle also involved in that?
Kyle DIY as well. Yeah,
DIY,
I'm sorry,
yeah,
Kelly's,
yeah.
But yeah, Kyle was big in that. I don't know the full background story. It's kind of Dylan who was more involved in that, but Kyle and Dylan were exchanging some messages, and of course Kyle's always coming up with awesome hacks, really cool solutions. Yeah. And we were in the works with one, and then Kyle kind of sent Dylan something that jogged his memory, that reminded him of it, and just out of respect to Kyle, we really wanted to just honor him and make sure if he's going to help push the product that he gets frankly gets a royalty on it and gets part of the success of the product. So
all right, so the other thing that you guys that you showed me was this split squat pad here, right? And my wife immediately checked it out and she thought that this thing was awesome. But the most impressive thing, honestly, to me was when you stood on it to show the counterbalancing. So tell me all about this product.
Yeah, so this product here, I have a couple of them up here. So we have 2 different models there, right? This is a little bit more a little more accessible for people. I think comes in at about $30 price point.
All right.
It's not going to be as durable as this product right here. Yeah. However, if you bought it and you use it in your own gym, I think this product would do really well for you. It's a great fit.
Not much traffic on it.
No, by no means. But if you're in any type of commercial setting, this other foam chemistry probably would be a little bit better. So this guy is a little bit wider. I think it's an inch bigger in diameter. It's not going to change the experience. It's going to be really the same thing for the user. But what this is a hexagon, and this product is used for rear elevated split squats. So it simply slides on the end of a barbell, slides on and off. So it took a lot of time developing actually this ID right here, just to make it to where it slides on easily, but also comes off. And it just uses counterbalance. So, we recommend using a 45-pound plate. You can use a 25, but you may as well just grab a 45-pound plate. And it's made in such that it's all leverage. I can stand on this. I think we've had 300-pound guys stand on it, and it's not going to come off. So it is safe. But again, we do suggest putting a plate on the other side. And really, you're never going to have that much force coming down on that much load either way. But, you know, you said something earlier, may as well overbuild it.
Exactly.
And that's what we try to do with this one. But this is for just what I said, rear elevated split squats. So I recommend people sit down on it, get their foot placement. They go with their heel out, keep your foot planted there, put your foot back. And this is going to use the bearings of the barbell to swivel. So whether we're just doing body weight or we're going to load it up with weight, yeah, it makes really split squats pretty immersive and a pretty good experience.
And now the third thing that you showed me that really blew my mind was this barbell bomb, because I've been lifting weights since 1993, and every single time you want to do any kind of T-bar row, any kind of landmine, anything, you got to find a corner. You trash the corner of your gym, right? So now there's holes in the plaster all over the place. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, I guess I get the idea. It blew my mind when you told me I didn't even need a corner, because this thing, I don't know how else to say it, but it's grippy. That's amazing, because now I can use this in the center of the floor in my home gym. I'm not restricted to a corner, because corners have doors. So if I'm doing this behind a door and somebody walks out in my house, I could just be on the receiving end of a doorknob to the face. But this way I'm out in the open in my garage, and this thing is, I think this is awesome, man.
Yeah, this product's done well for us. It's a really, I mean, just a simple idea, slides on and off. Again, getting this diameter was really challenging, but we actually had 3 different revisions on it. We said it's not right, it's not right. It was either too tight or too loose. So it's just one of those things you just test and you go back to it. And you know, I think the price point's accessible. When we design any products at AbMat, we look for 5 things, and it's functionality, convenience, durability, price, and aesthetics, and it's always in that order. So we got to make sure something's functional. It has to be convenient, because we all know, you know, Amazon has kind of made us a convenient society to where everything has to be pretty much now and accessible. We want it to be durable. We want it to last, because if someone's going to pay the money for our product, we want to make sure that's going to hold up. Price conscious, we want it to be accessible. Like I keep saying that word, but we want people to be able to afford it and use it. And then aesthetics is last. Although I like the way our products look, it's low on our priority list, because it needs to function and do what he says it's going to do more than anything else. But yeah, that's been a great product for, you know, home gyms, commercial gyms. People have actually taken it to commercial gyms, because sometimes when you're in there, a rack's taken, and you don't want, or a rack's being used, or you don't want to take up a whole rack just for a landmine. So you know, it's kind of giving people freedom to do these movements wherever they want. We have a lot of other products, but I would, you know,
those to me are some stars. One other thing I want to say about this before we go, so you mentioned that people can take it with them to the gym, if they're visiting a public gym.
Sure.
The fact of the matter is because it's light. And so immediately, if you're a home gym owner, you should say to yourself, that means shipping isn't going to cost as much, because this is a light product. It's also, although it's an odd shape, you can stick it inside a box, a standard size box, and not have to worry about paying odd shipping prices, because the box is an odd shape. So this to me is a definite winner. And because this is not metal, it's durable, and you can just do like that. And even if you train barefoot like I normally do, you're not going to hurt the phalanges, and that is a big deal.
Yeah. One other thing is kind of a hack for it, but if you rack a barbell about waist high, and we put a barbell against the bottom, I don't know, bar, so to speak, right? So we have a barbell there, and we're doing any type of like a front rack goblet squat. So you got to think the barbell would be down in here, it's racked here. So it's going to be racked on an angle like this. So we'll unrack, squat, step over, rack it.
Nice.
It's a little hack, but I did it when, I mean, I was doing a lot of front squats for the time, slant board front squats. It was just a cool little solution that, you know, protects the bottom of your rack and then gives you a nice little handle if you want to use it on the other end. So.
Since we're having a hack competition, you could also take this, put it on the end of the bar, and use it for trigger point.
You know, Evan, who's behind the camera right now, uses our landmine grip a whole heck of a lot for
trigger point.
Racks his barbell at the height. Where do you? I mean, he uses it for his chest, his back.
Really your chest.
Man, his quads, a lot. This
you
thing
can put it on your top rib right here. Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Perfect.
So, yeah, those products do really well for it. This gives you a little bit more of a pointed end. But any of them will work. You know.
Well, I appreciate all of the information, but what I want is for everybody else to be able to get their hands on this equipment and start training with in their home gym. So, Austin, tell them how they can order this stuff from you guys, how they can see people put it into action on social media. Give them all the details.
AbMat, AbMat on Instagram, as well as our website, abmat.com. We've really invested a lot into making sure it's easy to find our products. There's a lot on social media. You know, people like John have done a really good job of just being a good voice for us, making sure that people know where to find us, people know how to use us. Of course, our best ideas, like this wall back here, is full of a lot of the different products that we represent, and those have been birthed out of collaborating with people like you in the industry. So we're very grateful for you. You guys are what has inspired us and really has helped. For me, frankly, it's build our business and put food on the table for my family. So I owe you a lot, so I'm very grateful for that. But you know, the best ideas usually don't come from us. They come from people that are practitioners, that are in the community, in the weeds, just, you know, grinding it out, coming up with solutions. And, you know, sometimes people can develop those on their own. Other times they are in their 9-to-5 job, they're happy what they're doing, and they just like to see their idea come to life. That's where we really help people. So, you know, we love this community. We've invested a lot over the past 25 plus years into this community, but we're very grateful. But yeah, abmat.com, you can find all of our products. We're available in Rogue and a bunch of other major distributors, so I don't care where you buy it from. I always appreciate the support for our products though. Thanks, John, for the time.